Hello everyone. Yet again, it has been a hot minute since I was going to say filmed a video for you guys, but no, they've been filmed for a while. A hot minute since I've done a voiceover and edited and uploaded a video. That sounds better. Anyway, I hope you are all wonderfully well. We are, as you can probably see by the open planner, we are doing a back plan for August 2020 from August 3rd to I believe August 9th. And I am using a super wintry, super pastel kit from Scribble Prints Co. I feel like it's been so long since I've done a video that even trying to articulate words to do with planners and planner sticker shops and all of that has gotten somewhat harder. I don't know why, and I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Now, this particular spread, I remember back to when I was doing it. So the week before this was the birthday spread I did for my brother's birthday week, or one of my brother's birthday weeks. And then when it got to this particular week, I was at that point where I didn't really have any wintry kits. I had all but run out of my work from home inspired kits, and I was like, what the heck am I going to use? Luckily, I found this kit. Now, I live in Australia, in case you couldn't tell from my incredibly rough accent. And for anyone who may be new here, I am Australian. So when you look at the artwork of this kit, you will notice that it is very American winter inspired. To me, I mean, I don't know if it is, but it's very, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of New York City, but again, that could just be my complete ignorance because I have not seen enough of America. I think all the tall buildings and whatnot. But then again, I guess Philly had super big city scrapers and so did Los Angeles. I don't know. But there is an ice rink in the middle of just a bunch of buildings, and that does not happen here in Australia. So in Australia, some parts get snow when it gets really cold during winter. So Canberra, the lower parts of Australia, so Tasmania and things like that. There are certain places that do get snow, not a lot of it, not as much as everywhere else in the world gets, but we do get a little bit. But where I live in particular, I don't get snow at all, ever. It's not a thing. I would have to drive a couple of hours away to go and experience snow in winter. So when I'm saying that this is a very American inspired kit, that is all I'm getting at. We don't get snow. How are we going to have an ice rink in the middle of the city? The kit is very, very pastel. And I remember thinking when I was doing this that I wanted to use some foil. So I wanted to add in some silver foil, but alas, I was at that horrible stage where I didn't know where anything was. I had no idea where any of my foil was. I didn't know where half of my sticker collection was. And I didn't want to go and dig through everything aimlessly to try and find it. So you will see when the spread is finished, I didn't end up using any foil. That's not to say that I'm still not going to go back and do overlays at some point, but you never know. I mean, looking at the spread now whilst I'm doing this voiceover, I definitely like it a lot more than when I first did it. I don't know if it's because it was almost too pastel, if something can be too pastel. I don't know if that's the reason why I didn't originally like it, but I remember thinking when the spread was finished that it wasn't one of my favorites, even though it has all of the colors I love. It's a pale blue and pastel purples and pastel pinks. I just wasn't feeling it at the end. But now that I'm looking at it again now, I actually quite like it. And again, whether or not I'll go in and add foil over the top at a later date, who knows? Let me just take a sip of my tea, because apparently talking for 2 minutes straight means that I need a drink because my throat dries out. I do also apologize if that swallow was very ASMR-y, but yeah, sorry about it. Okay, so in terms of extras that we bought in for this spread, so again, as you guys know, I've said it in quite a few of my videos lately, I am trying to use as much of a kit as is humanly possible. And the reason for that is that now that I've started now that I've started sorting through my stickers and I'm actually slowly putting things away, slowly destashing things. I want to get to a point where my main sticker sheets are in I have like a folder with like quarter sheets. So they're like, there's four plastic pockets to a sleeve. So I put all of my character stickers and icons and things in that. So if the stickers don't fit in there, it's obviously going to be a pain. And what I'm wanting to start doing is, because again, I feel like I've been saying this for like the last 12 to 18 months, but I want to start doing like leftover like giveaways. So like at the end of every month, I put each spread away into like a grab bag or something. And then randomly from the comments or something like that, I pick out a name and that person gets the leftovers. But with that in mind, obviously sometimes I can't use all of the kit. Well, most of the time I can't use all of the kit. And there may be like icons or deco or little pieces that I see that I might be able to use in future spreads that I would obviously take out and I want to put into one of my reusable sticker books. Again, I have countless reusable sticker books and I have not used one of them yet. I have seen a lot of people using the reusable sticker books now in place of a like sticker binder or sticker storage. Like they basically just get all of their stickers off their sheets and put them into the reusable sticker books. But I don't know how I feel about that. I might be able to do that if I had like dividers that would divide each section. So then that way I could put, for example, like, I don't know, food and beverages. And then I could put like, I don't know, exercise. And then I could put like TV, movies, and like section them together that way. I might be able to use the reusable sticker books instead. I mean, look, they would take up far less space because the two folders that I have at the moment, I've got one for my character stickers, one for my foil stickers, and I don't even have one yet for like functional type stickers. So at the end of the day, I guess I could even have like a functional one where I've got like leftover boxes and things like that I'll know I'll use, one for characters and then one for foils. I don't know, but I feel like that would be the only way that I would be inclined to do it. Now give me 2 seconds because I really, really need to cough, and I do apologize if you can hear it, but I've said it before, when I stop recording, I have to, like, it completely stops my recording and I have to start all over again. So give me a second. I'm going to do the best that I can to cover it. Okay, so I don't know how successful that was, and I actually ended up dropping you guys on the floor, so apologies. Okay, so where were we? So yeah, I was talking about sticker storage. So I don't know, it would be really cool to do that. And I mean, putting reusable sticker books onto a shelf would definitely be far less storage. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Would take up far less room, essentially. So maybe I can look into that. If anyone knows of anywhere that does those little dividers for the reusable sticker books, please let me know, because I would definitely be willing to look into those. But back to what I was saying before I well and truly digressed. I'm trying to use and incorporate as much of the kit as I possibly can. So for anyone who uses Scribble Prints Co sticker kits, whether they're from 2 years ago or whether they're from 2 weeks ago, you will know that not only is there a hell of a lot of functional stickers in each of those kits, but the deco is intense. I feel like it's so intense that I should probably at some point try a spread where I put like the little deco pieces up across the top, like I see a lot of people do, but I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know whether I feel like if I was to do it, it would probably end up looking too cluttered and messy and gross, and I would hate it forever. But when I watch some other people do it, I absolutely love how it turns out. So I don't know. We will see. Maybe one day. We're supposed to all be about, trying new things and experimenting. And, the last couple of spreads I've done, I've either changed up the layout or where I put my headers or anything like that. So maybe I need to be bold and adventurous. And even if it's just one of my back plans, maybe try putting some deco up the top above my date headers when I use my next Scribble Prints kit. Don't hold me to it, but maybe. So with this kit, there was, as you can see, a bunch of double boxes. So I've used a double box scene there on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and I used a double box scene on the Friday, Saturday. And then as a result of that, I then just used single boxes for the rest. And on the sidebar there, because you guys know, if you've been watching me for a little while, you guys know that I absolutely struggle to fill up the sidebar particularly when it's a back plan, because I've got nothing to put in there. Like, the plans are gone. There's no point putting like to-do lists or, you know, medication trackers or whatever it may be. I still want it to be memorable. And I find that when I use kits like this, where they have like the tall fashion girl, it enables me to actually fill out that sidebar in a way that not only looks good, but also serves its purpose for me. So for example, with this particular one, I use that, like, I don't know, is it a double box? I think it's the equivalent or the height of 2 full boxes stacked one on top of each other, obviously without like a space or divider in between. And what that enables me to then do is obviously put those glitter headers in. I was able to track my social media. I was able to put in an extra like important info or like main reminder kind of thing. And then another full box. So that worked really nicely. I really enjoyed doing that. I wish more kits would do that. Now, before time evades us, because you guys know I have a habit of just like talking forever and rambling and digressing and just talking about things that are completely irrelevant sometimes to the plans. But I mean, that's what happens, right? We do it. I feel like it's so few and far between with my videos of late. Like I'm, you know, so sporadic with posting that I feel like I always have so much to talk about, or I'll see something and it sparks a memory and then I'm just like jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber. But no, we'll quit it, because I don't want to be rushing away at the end, like I always seem to do. So on the sidebar there, as I mentioned, I've of course used that super large fashion girl with the pink hair. I love the pink hair. I'm not going to lie, that's why I wanted to use her. And then as I mentioned, I've put down some glitter headers there. So I put a glitter header, and then I of course track my social media. So I use my favorite little icons from Sticker Thief to mark both my YouTube follows or subs and my Instagram follows for that week. And then below that, I put another glitter header, and in the little, it's like is it a third? No, it's like a 2/3 box. I don't know what you call it. It's not like a half box. It's not a quarter box. It's like somewhere in between. So I used one of those and I used like a coffee cup from the deco sheet in the kit, or the deco pieces in the kit, to mark that it was business prep week. Again, just to catch anyone up who may be new or may not have been here back when this was discussed. This was back when my friend and I were looking to open a business. And this was kind of in the thick of it all. So I think this was about a month out from when we had decided that we wanted to launch, or the initial launch date that we had in mind. So we were like in the thick of it here. So that's why I wanted to mark there that it was business prep week. And that was just to capture the fact that we had a lot of stuff to do at that particular point in time. And then below that, I've just placed in another glitter header and of course another full box. Moving on over to Monday. So again, I don't know why I don't use these more often, and it's probably partly to do with, obviously, depending on the kit format. A lot of kits aren't like Scribble Prints Co, but I quite enjoy using these like tiny little squared off boxes. It just adds a little something extra, and it's for someone who is generally by nature a no white space planner, it adds in white space without adding in white space, if that makes sense. So I'm able to like angle it, I can layer it, I can put icons or deco or whatever it is over the top. It's white space, but it's not white space. So I really, really quite like that. And then I forget that I have them for the rest of the spread, and I tend to use like one. I use one for the entire spread, and then I like look back, I get to like the last day of the week and I'm like, shit. But unfortunately, I don't have any undo. And every time we go to Bunnings, I keep forgetting to get more undo. And for anyone who uses Scribble Prints Co kits, you know that without undo, it is absolutely pointless to try and lift up any of these stickers. So once everything is down, I don't do it. That was a very long-winded way of saying that I used one of those boxes to mark in Coffee Monday for this week. So put the little squared off box there on an angle, and I used a little like coffee cup, or it's actually a hot chocolate cup, from the deco part of the kit to mark in Coffee Monday. Below that, I use a fox and cactus. I think this is one of the anxious girls. It's from the like anxious or anxiety characters, and her hair is that pastel pink and blue kind of ombre effect, and I thought that the colors worked really, really well with this kit, so that's why I've used that particular one. And it was just to mark in that I was exhausted. This is a common theme. Going back to the spreads that I haven't filmed that you guys will obviously slowly see over the next, God knows how long. We'll probably still be doing this in 2025. Anyway, you will probably see a constant theme of exhaustion, being tired, being frustrated, being cranky, just because from around about that time last year, right through until today, like literally today, like today being the 29th of April, as I'm sitting here doing this voiceover, my work and personal life has been absolutely exhausting. My personal life is exhausting because it comes after work. So like work consumes 8 hours of my day, and my work days are very restless, unpeaceful. I'm never settled. My stomach's always turning. I feel anxious and nervous all of the time. So I spend all day stressing, I guess you could say. And then by the end of the working day, you know, I'm headachy, I'm sleepy, I'm sluggish, I'm tired. And then on top of that, as you guys have sort of had a glimpse of, again, because it's been so sporadic with my posting, I honestly don't know how much you guys know at this point. So I'm not going to say too much, because obviously there'll be a point at which I film a spread where I can catch you all up on everything. But this is not that spread. But let's just say my personal life outside of work, outside of just my personal life in general, has been an absolute, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just been a mess as well. Like, there's family issues, ongoing family issues. I have personal issues. When I say personal, I mean medical-based issues. I'm on medication that whilst I'm taking it to assist with one particular component of my medical issue, it is then obviously causing its own medical issues, which do include, insomnia and things like that. So everything's kind of like a mess at the moment, and it's not been a fun time. But that is why you will see those common themes, and you'll see a lot of exhaustion or sleeping or naps or whatever it may be. Anyway, I then decided that for this particular week, I was going to use some flat lay stickers. These are from the Stellabo Pastel Pinks range, I think it is. And I just thought that they were a very cute way to mark out work or working from home, particularly when I'm not doing much during working from home. They take up a good chunk of space as well, and I just think that they look really cute. Below that, I use an icon from the kit to mark that particular day I took calls for 7 hours of my 8-hour shift, which essentially means I took calls all day because I had lunch and breaks, and my lunch and breaks add up to an hour. So I took calls all day, which I hate because I'm not supposed to take calls because I'm a processor. But anyway, let's not get into that. That's a daily struggle. Over onto Tuesday, of course, I have used another one of the flat lays to mark in working from home. And below that, I have used a Whimsical Cat Studio girl, like flipping her desk because she is cranky because, yep, on phone calls again. Moving down to the bottom half of Tuesday, I've used like a little sweater from the kit to mark in that I did some laundry that particular day. And then underneath that, again, I've used another piece of deco, just a cute little bunch of flowers there. I don't know how they fit, but I just really liked the look of them. I wanted to use them and I had nothing else to use. So that's what I chose to use to mark that after work, I chilled out and calmed myself with a Twitch binge. Over on to Wednesday, again, we have of course used the flat lay, because you guys know that I love a lot of consistency, particularly when it comes to like everything else. I like change up my icons. Like I know that someone like Vicky Plans, she likes to use the same icons from the same shop. So for example, if she picks Fox and Cactus, she uses Fox and Cactus characters for the whole spread. I don't do that. I tend to just change everything up. So I just use whatever I feel like at the time and whatever tends to go color-wise with the spread. And I've been finding that really fun because it means that I'm able to bring in characters that I might not necessarily grab for based on, you know, the color of their outfit or the color of their hair or something like that. So that's been really fun. I don't know where I was going with that. I have no idea. Anyway, again, I've used a little icon there from the kit to mark that, again, I was on phone calls. And again, this is what I mean by the frustration and everything, because you will see that literally every day of this working week, I took phone calls when I'm not supposed to take phone calls, and I still take phone calls up until today being the 29th of April. On the bottom half of Wednesday, again, I don't know why I say top and bottom half, because technically, as best as I can, I try to make it chronological. And you guys can see the stickers anyway, but alas, on the bottom half, I've used a little, I think it's a Doodles Do character. I've got a few of those, and again, her colors just matched with the kit. So I used her to mark in that Wednesday was payday, and she's like throwing those cash dollars around like they're nothing. I then use a little wraparound scarf decorative piece from the kit to mark in that afternoon I did some piggy laundry, by which I mean I washed some of the blankets for my guinea pigs. My guinea pigs actually have a cage, and we don't put straw or anything like that because it's too messy, and a lot of people recommended that we use toggle mats. So you put toggle mats and or a fleece blanket on the bottom of the cage. Reason one is that it's very soft for their feet, which is really nice. It's also warm for when it gets cold, and it also means that instead of having to change out the hay every 2 days or so, you can literally just take out the toggle mats and replace those every couple of days, and or change the main blanket every couple of days. It is more cost effective, and it's easier to just, take the blankets out and chuck them in the washing machine than it is to scoop poop, change straw, and do, literally every second day, if not every single day. So yes. I've then used a little Stella Bow Sticker Co shopping bag there to mark that particular evening I was finishing up some mystery bags for some of my Scentsy clients. Over onto Thursday, again, we have that very obvious, very predictable flat lay to mark in work. This time, instead of using an icon from the kit, I used a deco piece from the kit, which is a coffee cup, to signify that I needed a heck ton of energy and that I needed that to get through yet another day full of phone calls at work. That night, when work ended, I pretty much logged off and raced myself into the local shopping centre so that I could get my waxing done. Okay, so my recording cut out because my alarm on my phone went off, but thankfully my recording saved and I'm able to do a secondary recording. So what I was saying was I had to make sure that I left work on time and got to waxing on time, because if I'm not on time to waxing, my nails aren't on time, and then I have to come back in on the weekend, and I'd rather just do everything in one night. So I've marked both of those appointments with a Papershire icon. Below that, I've used a Pomegranate Pins and Prints little octopus character to mark that I had a headache for most of the day. And then below that, I've used a Fox and Cactus Girl to mark that I had McDonald's for dinner, because I was absolutely craving McDonald's and I wanted to treat myself, so I did. Over to Friday, I've used the flat lay again to mark in work. I've then used an icon from the kit to mark in that no surprises there, I was on calls all day. And then below that, I've used a little things label to mark in that I got a blush pieces delivery, which is just a delivery from one of the suppliers that we were going to utilize if we ended up opening our business, but we did not. Underneath that, I used another little things label to mark that I also got a Scentsy delivery that day. And then I've used a little Sticker Thief football icon to mark that night my team played the Broncos and we won 28 points to 10. And I've also used a little things label to mark that we had pizza for dinner. Over to Saturday, I've used a bow from the kit to mark that one of our suppliers had a restock that morning, so I had to get up early to do an order. Below that, I've used a little Sheila Sugar from Marshmallow Studio to mark, once again, I had a headache. I used a Tickled pink planning pillow to mark that I slept all day to try and get rid of that headache. And then below that, I've used a Sticker Thief icon to mark that I did an Instagram post. And then other than that, I didn't have much else on. So I used a little things label to mark that we had Indian for dinner. And below that, I've used a popcorn sticker from Stella Bow Sticker Co to mark that we watched Jurassic World that night. Over to Sunday, I've used a Stella Bow cut me off again, sorry. A Stella Bow Sticker Co sleeping mask is what I was going to say, to mark that I slept in on Sunday. I've then used a deco piece from the kit to mark in that I had a cup of coffee when I got out of bed. Below that, I've used a little laptop sticker from Sticker Thief to mark that I had a binge of YouTube that day. And then below that, I've used a deco piece from the kit to mark that I basically just had a super chill day. I also uploaded a Plan With Me video that night, and I've marked that in using a flat lay from Stella Bow. And then last but not least, I've used a Sticker Thief little hair wash girl there to mark that I was washing my hair. I'm now just showing you through the leftovers of the kit, and you can see there was a heck of a lot. I do apologize for all the cutting out throughout this. I now know that I can record one over the other, which is great. But yeah, I'm out. Bye.